Hey guys, good afternoon. This is Cody with the Connected Camper. Today, it is very hot in here. It is 101 degrees in here right now. And we're going to be doing a cool down test with the Mini Split. Don't have a rooftop AC anymore, so we need to get this thing cooled down, and we're going to see how long it takes that Mini Split to get it nice and comfortable in here. So I'm going to get you set up a little bit better, and then we're going to get this Mini Split off to the races, and I'm going to show you how much electricity it takes throughout the time that it takes to get this thing cooled down. So here's our remote. We are going to turn the Mini Split on in cool mode, and we're going to set it down to 65. And then we are going to put it in turbo mode. And you're going to hear it kick on up there. And again, it is 101.2 in here. So I'm trying to get out of here as quick as possible and get back in the house. But I'm actually going to start our timer here. So our timer is now counting as well. And so just to show you just how hot the air going into the Mini Split is, it is 109 where this thing is pulling in air. And we'll give it just a second to get going here, but it is already cooling down. Already at 94 degrees, it's already significantly reducing the air temperature, but it is very hot in here. 110 on the ceiling right here, and then on the floor it's 95. So it is very hot in here, and this thing is working away, and it is nice and quiet, as you guys can tell. Down to 88 degrees coming out. So already hit that 20-degree differential coming out of here. And I'm guessing that the air probably won't get much cooler than 60 degrees right out of the gate here, but it will very quickly drop down to about 40 degrees coming out of there. Alright, so we are off to the races here. We're 1 minute and 30 seconds in, and it has dropped the temperature just a couple degrees. But I'm going to actually leave this be because I don't want to sit in a 100-degree camper, but it is already getting significantly more comfortable in here. One thing I do want to call out is that the Mini Split is actually blowing air over here. It's blowing it this direction. So it's not actually blowing onto the temperature sensor here. The temperature sensor is off to the side, so this is getting an ambient temperature degree at counter height. It's not at the ceiling where it's 110 degrees, and it's not at the floor where it's 95. So we are going to just let this run. I'm going to have Solar Assistant up in the bottom right here so you guys can see, or wherever on the screen that it works, so you guys can see what it actually looks like power draw wise as this thing is working to cool it down. Again, we are in turbo mode on this Senville Mini Split with the temperature set at 65 degrees, and we're going to target it to get to a comfortable temperature, probably about 70 degrees inside, and that's going to be when I stop the timer. So I'm going to leave this be, and I'm just going to let this go on time lapse. All right, and as you can see, we are off to the races on this test today. A little bit of information here because I did rush to get out of the camper because it was so stinking hot. It is about 88 degrees with a significantly high dew point where we're at today at 62 degrees. We also have reflectix in the windows to remove or keep heat out of the windows that are getting sun on them. You can see that above the timer there, that window just to the left of the Mini Split lines. Because the dew points are so high, the Mini Split, or any air conditioner for that matter, will have to work a little bit harder to remove that moisture from the air as well. And so outside and not pictured, the condensate line under the trailer is actually just pouring water out of it throughout this test as well. And so yeah, that's one of the important things to take into consideration is some places have a very dry heat and just need to focus on removing heat from the air and no moisture. Whereas in Iowa here, we have significantly damp air in the summer times, which leads to super high humidity and super high dew points, which means our air conditioners have to work a little bit harder at these lower temperatures. And so this Senville is proving to work very well. And as you can see, it's only pulling a fraction of what my old 15,000 BTU
rooftop AC unit would pull. This is pulling about 900. My rooftop AC unit would pull about 1900 because it was a 15,000 BTU unit. Now, this thing is cooling it down in a very reasonable amount of time, just like any other rooftop unit would.
Alright, so as we can see, it is far more comfortable in here now than it was when I was out here before. So about an hour and a half to cool this thing down, about 30 to 40 degrees. And you know, I'm pretty content with that. Now, looking at the floor temperature in here, it is 62 degrees on the floor. And then the ceiling is going to be a little bit warmer. That is 82.6. That's to be expected. And so, yeah, as we can see, this is just really impressive, this Senville Mini Split right here. This is a 9,000 BTU mini split, and this thing just really performs well. It is about 88 degrees outside, as I mentioned earlier, and so this has gotten it very comfortable in here, and it will maintain temperature. It is still working pretty hard because I have it set to get down to 65 degrees, but if I adjusted the temperature up, it would actually cut the current wattage usage probably in about half. So this is Cody with a Connected Camper. I like doing tests like this, testing out the equipment that I put in place, and I also had some people in my comments of my first video on my mini split saying that they didn't think that this thing was going to work that well, but then there were other people that actually affirmed my decision here and said, this thing's going to do great. And those people that said that this thing was going to do great were absolutely right. It is super comfortable in here right now. It was horrible before. I got in and out of here as quick as I could at the start of the video because it was absolutely horrible. It is great now, and this thing is going to work great all summer when we have plenty more camping set up in humid spots, hot spots, and everywhere else. So this is Cody with a Connected Camper. Thanks for watching. If you like videos like this or have ideas for future videos, leave a comment below, like and subscribe. Thanks again for watching.